Hey Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you all are well. This reading today will be more intuitive. Let's just see what important messages Divine has in store. I have pre-shuffled these cards prior to recording. If the message feels right, Gemini, keep it. If it doesn't, surrender it back to universe, okay? This is a general reading and it will not resonate for all. Thank you so much for all your support and let's begin. What's going on for Gemini? Messages for Gemini. So far we have the Fool card, the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Queen of Wands. I see here fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be a mother figure in your life. Okay. The reason why this person is showing up in your reading, because there's some kind of influence over your choice at the moment. So with the Fool card, you want to be free from some kind of obligation or responsibility that has been causing you unnecessary pressure. I'm picking up a shadow side from the Queen of Wands, somebody that tends to be overbearing, somebody that will place emotional demands on people that are closest to her. But don't get me wrong, this is somebody very loving, protective, but oftentimes very strong-willed and assertive. Can also be very uncompromising when things don't go her way. And because of this such strong temperament, Gemini, I feel like it goes against the way that you approach things in life. You're somebody that is very free spirit, adventurous. And the Fool card to me is also celebrating one's inner child. You don't feel like you need to conform to what everybody else expects of you. You just really want to see what else is out there, go where your passion leads you. Especially in this Leo season, okay? You want to be yourself. You want to live authentically to who you are without the need to follow what the crowd expects of you, okay? Now with Two of Pentacles, you feel like something is getting in the way from you achieving all of that. This could be so many things on your plate, so many changes going on in your life, and you constantly are juggling here. Trying to be this person that people expect you to be, and at the same time who you really are when people are not around you. So how do you bridge the gap, Gemini? How do you be your own person and stand up to those kinds of expectation? It's a choice that you need to make, and it definitely a choice needs to be made. Because in reality with Two of Pentacles, nobody can keep juggling for such a long time. But once you are brave enough to drop those unnecessary pressure, then you can start really focusing on one clear path. Okay? So, the Hangman here is a very stagnant energy, right? I see that you will really need to go on deep contemplation, meditate, ask for signs from Divine and your spirit guides. What do you need to release? Whatever decision you will come up, there's no right or wrong decision, Gemini. But you need to follow your intuition, your instinct, right? So other people can see you as if you're doing something reckless. But to me, I see it as if you're really just doing things on your own and following your instinct. The Fool here is also a clean slate. Letting go of all that was that people have imposed on you, what people expect of you, what you think you should be as well. It almost feels like you're coming out of your shell here, Gemini, okay? And that the guidance also is that you need to be very assertive because the world has potential to distract you and take away that hope and positivity away from you. And when that is taken away from you, you tend to crawl back to a sense of comfort zone. And here, seemingly stuck once again. So let's see. What else can we get for Gemini here? We have the Nine of Swords. That's quite a heavy energy. There's a feeling of not wanting to disappoint others. Also, placing too much thought on how others perceive of you. But that is the complete opposite of the Fool card. It's not about not caring about what others think, but having a stronger conviction that I'm going to do things my way. I want to live my life to my own set of standards because my soul here is yearning to celebrate and embody myself. I don't need any kind of assurance from others because the right people will be supportive. Okay? Let's see. What else can we get for Gemini here? We have the Tower, the Star card, beautiful cards, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Tower represents the awakening, the shaking process. Old structures must come down. And the Tower can also represent the tower of self, what has been built by pride and ego, what we think highly of ourselves. But what comes up must also come down. And this is saying that once that happens, Gemini, your true priorities will be made crystal clear, right? It might be you realizing, what am I working so hard for? This is not giving me emotional fulfillment. Quite the opposite. I feel stagnant. There's no growth. I feel trapped. Could even be a relationship where you feel trapped. All right? You feel so attached to it that there's something that binds you. Might be a contract for some of you. Might be a vow for some of you. Okay? But it's no longer built on strong foundation. And you're worried here. You're worried about yourself. The Star card, this is a card of healing, right? The Star comes after the Tower. Is the need to recover, the need to fill up your emotional reserves. Because the Tower here is coming towards you to take everything that's no longer serving you. But it's also meant to liberate you, right? Liberate your soul. So with the Star card, use your intuition. That will be the best guide towards navigating yourself. I see that with the Three of Wands, once you have the courage to turn your back on what was familiar, the more that you're going to discover a different side of you, Gemini. Okay? You may have been also very giving towards other people. You may have taken that role of becoming very sacrificial with the Hangman, making countless of sacrifices, doing things for a lot of other people that you have already lost sight of your own self-interest. You have forgotten other sides of life like leisure activities. Okay, you might have also been constantly stressed out, nervous, anxious. The Tower is also attachment to the material, things that have given us false sense of security. And now you're realizing, I need to put my happiness on something higher, a 5D sense. That's also the Hangman, spiritual awakening. You realize now that these material things can come and go. It's not where you should build your hope, okay? It's about trusting divine, that there is a reason as to why things are happening. It can be pretty chaotic right now, but once you have seen the lesson behind or the meaning behind all the shifts and changes going on in your life, you will no longer look to the future with fear, but rather with fiercelessness, feeling excited, anticipating. I also feel like this is a card of hope. The things that are being taken away, Gemini, there's nothing compared to the things that's coming for you. You only need to set your sights higher here. Things may not be materializing yet in the physical dimension, but that's when you need to have faith and trust in divine timing. The breakthrough that you're looking for is just right around the corner. But as you wait, it's not about not doing anything. Learning the lesson, but also having that intuitive foresight with Queen of Wands. Staying strong-willed, okay? Let's get some overall advice for you. What is your advice for Gemini, please, going through this situation? What is your advice for Gemini? We have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Indeed. For some of you, there could even be two choices in love or two choices right now for work. But as you can see with the Tower, don't be afraid to let go of that comfort zone, Gemini. It's hard to build on something that has already come down. You know what I mean? It can get pretty toxic if you don't allow this new energy to come in, because it's saying here that what you're forcing to happen, it just keeps going here, back here in this Tower. There's no real growth. It has already achieved what it can achieve, and there could be no growth in this anymore, right? It's a sense of finality here. And with the Star card, you have more options coming towards you. So the world can be a very tricky place, especially our mind. The mind can trick us to want to stay in what's familiar. But you see, you need to allow your intuition to guide you. It can be very hard as well to trust what others say if you have been used for other people making that decision for you. But take a moment, pause, instead of making impulsive decision, pause and wait for the right one to come in, the right person, the right job opportunity. Drop all that heavy burden, because the more that you carry this, it's going to be hard for you to take that leap of faith in something new. It's about trusting in the process here, Gemini, okay? So this is your reading. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I'm sending you love and light, and namaste.